Generating motivated home seller leads in today's real estate market has literally never been easier. And in fact, what I'm about to show you has generated over $10 million in real estate transactions from just one single ad that we're currently running. Now, we used to spend hours writing ad copy, testing different angles, hiring videographers and actors, and we were investing a ton of time and money and resources just to find out if the ad would even work. Today, we use AI for almost everything from our writing, our ad copy, and our video generation, and we use it to generate motivated home sellers daily for our business. Here's the best part. You don't need to be a marketing genius or a tech expert to do this. You just need to follow these 6 steps. And by the end of this video, you'll have a full framework of how to produce the same exact ads that we're running today that get us consistent closings. Okay, so just jumping right into it, I'm going to introduce Eric here, who's kind of the mastermind behind all the ads that we're running. So I figured it made sense to bring him on just to walk us through exactly what these 6 steps are. So welcome, Eric. Let's just jump right into it. Step number 1.
First step is to come up with a creative idea. And the way you want to think about this is what's going to stop the scroll on Facebook to get somebody to look at what you've put together. The majority of the traffic is going to come from an iPhone or a smartphone. And so if you think about, like, if you're ever looking on Facebook or Instagram, you're stopping on something that catches your eye, especially if it's an ad, right? And if you just know it's an ad and it doesn't catch your eye with something cool or creative, you're not going to look at it. So I'm going to show you a couple of different ones we've done. This one was this baby that I brought to life. Zioni Talks. And this one is a house. It's about selling your house being a daunting task, and the house talks, so it can kind of grab your attention. This one was right after the Minecraft movie came out, and it's about being a chicken jockey. See the guy's sitting on a chicken.
Now, this is just one of the ads that we're currently running, and we run lots of them. But if you want to see all the different types of ads that we're running in our business that are working for us today, just click on the link in the description, get on our weekly email, and we'll fill you in on all the details.
So you have to have some sort of creative idea to pull their attention in. And then your task is to make a video that ties that attention back to how you're going to help them sell their house or buy their house. Really, sellers are looking for buyers. So if you tie it back to how you're going to buy their house and get the most money, that's the idea of what we're trying to do. So step 1, idea. Step 2, normally what I do is try to get an image. And so here I'm over at runway.ml. The technology changes all the time. So today, this is the best app for making videos. But for most of the videos, there's a few different apps we'll use, but this is the one we're going to use to get the thing that grabs your attention. So I thought to show you an idea. So let's say when you first log in, we need an image. So image of a baby holding his hand up. So you'll type in something like that, and it's going to take a little while, and it's going to spit out an image eventually.
So what was your idea for this video, and explaining, like, okay, why are you creating this image? Like, what was the overall idea to then help you get it out of your head and into an ad?
Right. So babies kind of grab people's attention. So that was my idea with this. And this particular baby has 4 fingers. So you'd modify it and change it, like say, make it have the right amount of fingers, right? So then say you're done with that, and you're going to save the image on your computer, and we're going to we can click add it as an input here. All right. So now we're going to go back to the homepage, to the dashboard. If you scroll down, you can click on Act 1. All right. So here, with using the Act 1 technology, you have a video recording you can put in up here, and then you have an image that you drop in right here. So I'm going to just select some pre-recorded assets. Here's just me talking into the video. If you were doing this, you could hit record and just real time record it. You could say something like, I'll buy your house for cash and pay more than anybody. It's selling your house with us is so easy, a baby could do it, right? Like something that's going to tie back into the image that you picked. And here we'll select from assets, I'll go to favorites, and here's that baby that we just picked. So we'll double click that and we'll zoom in on it a little bit.
Is taking what you recorded audio wise, right? Whatever your messaging is. And then this part of it is taking the image and turning it into a video based on the words that you recorded, right?
Right. It's going to take this video and use it to make this image of this baby come to life. You can also just have it do images of anything, right? So the idea here is you need to have yourself saying a script that talks about how you're going to buy their house, pay the most, and be the fastest, easy to work with, all that stuff. And then you need to have things that grab their attention to go with it in a theme, like in this case, a baby. Like selling your house to us is so easy that a baby could do it, and tie images that are going to grab their attention with it. So here we're going to get the baby talking like a grown man, which is a cool image. And we can also make other things like the baby, crawling out the door of a house or something, which we'll try to create here in a sec.
So there's a lot of freedom that you can kind of have with this part. So how long do you spend creating an idea? Like how much time do you spend researching, or have you just done this long enough to know and you just kind of swap out elements, but the messaging is the same? Like, yeah, how much time on the front end are you actually spending like scripting something out?
Not very much time at all, but only because I've done this so many times that I can off the cuff just say what needs to be said and be on the right path. Basically, home sellers want to know that you're going to help them sell their house fast, get them the most cash, and make the whole process easy no matter what condition their house is in. So if you're saying those things along those lines, and then you tie it back into some theme that's going to get their attention, that's going to be an ad that works. So here, I'm going to show you quick kind of what we ended up with here.
Yep. So it's saying your script right now. I know the audio can't come through on our call here, but
okay. I hear it on mine. But this baby is saying the script I gave it.
Okay, so that's step 3, right? So we've got step 1 is the idea, the whole marketing scheme of it. Step number 2 is to get your idea into an image format and record whatever the script is going to be. And then step number 3 is to incorporate into a still image in this case, right?
Take the still image and turn it to life using Act 1 with Runway ML.
Okay, so on to step 4, what do you got?
Using a video editing software, we're taking a bunch of different pieces, and we'll go through these in a later step. But as I go through this video, you're scrolling it. So I have a baby, I have me talking, and then I've got kind of a testimonial video thing going on in the background with this other lady talking, right? And so you need to get all these different pieces and then tie them together in a video editing software. So to get this situation going, using Creatify, you can have an avatar of any choice. In this case, this is this girl that I picked. So this software, what it does is you upload these images. So I'll click edit so you can kind of get a better idea. Over here, you have assets, and I uploaded a bunch of images of things related to selling your house. And these images I created using Runway ML too. But you could use ChatGPT or anything really. But they're all images of, house for sale, things related to that. And what it does is it takes those images, if I come across the timeline here, and just changes them out in the background of this video. And I purposely have it white across the top so I can put a banner up here that says sell your house fast for the most cash. But here's a testimonial video I have in here. So getting this all put together so you don't have to do lots of editing is great with Creatify, right? With Creatify, all you do is you come in and you tell it, like, here's the avatars I want, here's all the images, here's some videos, and then you type in your script and you can get your script perfect, right? You get to type it in word for word. You don't have to try saying it off the cuff, right? You can think it out and type in your script exactly what you want and make that video.
So this is where the avatars come in. You create the avatars, right? And whether that's yourself, whether that's someone else, to get more attention, and you plug in the script with whatever video or images you want running behind it to then speed up the process, so that way it doesn't take this huge video production effort to hire an actor or an actress. You getting your lines right, because I mean, in marketing, I mean, speed in your message is super important with how distracted everybody is, and so you shouldn't use 20 words when 15 will do, right? And so that's this part of the process for you, and kind of starting to pull it all together, but it's not all together yet.
Right. So this is the last step where, so you use Creatify to get your outro, and it's important that there's some sort of social proof in that, that you're talking to some people, because that's in the back of their mind. So you have your outro video that you pull in and drop in here. Then you've got your talking baby B-roll that you drop in here that come from Runway ML, and you can only do 10 seconds at a time. So you have to do more than one, right? And you drop that in here. And then you've got you. So I did this script. You could do it two different ways. You could do it right in a Runway ML where you talk at it, or just the very first thing you could do when you open your video editor is record yourself saying everything you want to say. And I think it always comes out better when it's not an actual script, that you're just talking off the cuff and you know what you're trying to talk about. You're tying in this case, a motivated baby with selling your house. So I just off the cuff talked about that for a while. That's this video 9. And I overlay. So like this line was me talking the whole time. And then this line was the baby, where I had a video for the first few seconds. I had a video for a middle few seconds and a video for the end. So I dropped in that. And then all you do is you go in and you cut out. So it goes back and forth between baby, you, baby, you, baby. And then at the end, kind of your more production value outro. And you take these video elements, like for example, here, the baby. So this is the size of the baby. And using the software, I'm able to get the caption of the audio to come here at the bottom. So I just have a shape that's gray in the background, and then I have the caption over the top of it, and I have a banner over the top that says "Sell my house, any condition, highest price guaranteed."
Captions, are they 100% necessary?
Yes, 100% necessary, definitely, because a lot of people don't have audio on their phone turned on, and they could just watch your whole video with no audio and read.
And then it sounds like there's one last step here, because this is a square image that we're looking at, right?
Yeah. Yep. So even after you've done all of this, right, you put the whole thing together, you now have to have this video in 3 different formats. So you'll notice with all these videos I've done, I like to keep it straight. I put it in the title, -M, -S, and -L. So mobile, square, landscape. That's how I keep it straight. But basically you need one that's 9x16, you need one that's 16x9, and you need one that's square.
And how much are these services costing you on a monthly basis?
It's right around $300 a month for all of it.
Okay, so, and you can basically come in and with time, right, create as many ads as you want. How much are you spending today, time-wise, to create one of these ads?
So about 4 to 5 hours, and that's with not spending a lot of time on the scripting and kind of knowing what I'm going to say. Just 4 to 5 hours to put together all these different pieces, because AI isn't quite there yet where you get the right thing right away. Like the baby's finger was missing, or even where we just saw it zoomed in. Look, the baby's this tiny thing. I don't want this. I'd have to keep retrying to get it zoomed in on the baby more, right? So I'd restyle and tell it, and there's a lot of guess and check and try and download and upload. It takes me over half a day.
But at the end of the day, this is just one piece of a bigger puzzle to actually generate all these motivated sellers. Now, what kind of results are we actually getting? Because that's all that matters at the end of the day. Well, that's why I put together this video where I did a test of spending $35 a day on Facebook lead ads, and these are my results.